Hello, I hope you're well. Welcome to another spooked out video. So what has been happening? Well, many things as usual. Having said that, I say many things, but I have kept them back for a few days because I've been going through some, let's just say, life lessons, which I haven't been too happy about, and I have blamed them for. So yes, I know, but if you were having experiences like me and you could actually see these people who purport at times to be your guides and everything else, you get annoyed at them too, because you can actually see them and you would argue the toss and say, you know, why is this happening? What are you doing? Do you know what to do? Or my favourite expression, you couldn't guide your way out of a paper bag, which is how I've been feeling. So it is quite a tempestuous relationship, shall we say. And anybody who tells you, you know, oh, it's so nicey with my guides and whatever. No, that's not the reality. Because if you could see them as well, you'd be, get lost. And I love it when I hear other people talk about that, like Victor Odo. I love his videos, and somebody else I knew used to have the same thing. Sylvia Brown as well. She used to argue with her. So that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, I did sort of rule them out. I do shout at them. I actually shout at them. And I think I've said before, you know, I don't know what upstairs they'll think. But my favourite thing, which is a bit Looney Tune really to me, but because I can see them over my face, they'll come, I will stand in front of the mirror, or I will sit the TV not on, because I know you can see lots of faces. Somebody here now on this. Oh my goodness, yeah, I can see your shirt and tie. Just oh, this is the person who's not wearing the full suit. Just in their shirt sleeves. They were actually sitting on my kitchen worktop, yeah, the other day, and they went time for something, which meant it was time for me to finish work or whatever, because they time everything I do. The Men in Black. If you want to know more about the spirits around me and the Men in Black, the shadow people who are angelics, yeah, there are some dodgy shadow people out there, but these are angelics. So check out my other channel, Sarah and the Shadow Men. There's more information on there, and the videos that I'm building up on here, because this is a new channel. But Sarah and the Shadow Men is my main channel, so check that out. We also have world predictions, which I did one last night. It went out, and it was pretty scary, some of the things that are having to come forward for the world today, but I'll talk about that in a minute. This is a channel where I talk about what goes on behind the scenes, if you like, for all those channel messages. Yeah, it's a behind the scenes thing. So basically, anyway, this guy, so yeah, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm sitting doing my work, and oh, whatever, I can't even which arm he had the watch on, and then he just sat up on the worktop and sitting there. I think all these people are walking around. I mean, I can tell you exactly where in the room they are, and one is over there. They're in the kitchen. They're moving around. They will tap things in the kitchen. You know, if I'm watching a tarot video or anything like that, and somebody says something relevant to me, they will tap, or they will just tap and cause a nuisance. We've had things move, plates move. You know, that's, if they want to do the dishes, you know, and get on with it, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, all these people who just stand around. Like, what are you here for? All you do is stand around. They're here for protection, if you knew. So they say. No, they are here for protection. And it scares me just how many they are. I've talked about this, seeing into this other dimension that I call Narnia. And I see them all standing there. And some are standing in front of my bedroom, at the bottom of my bedroom, keeping these people back. Some of these people who come forward, and I don't know why, but it's like fields and misty, and I don't know what that's all about. But I had a dream the other night. I did shut them off. I've been very, very down. had health trouble again, but I've been very, very down about certain issues, and I've been going through grief, after losing my mum and my brother, and we were estranged. So it's been very strange for me, and a lot of grief and a lot of anger, terrible anger. So things have been going wrong in my life, or transforming, shall we say. And they've told me I'm going through another transformation, which I'm not best pleased about, I have to say, because it's been going on since 2007, and it's felt like somebody just came into my life and, oh, you don't need this, you don't need that kind of thing, as they do. But it's been very harsh and very cruel, quite frankly, and times I've wondered whether I was going to get through it, but I'm still here, so hanging on by a thread, as Adrian would say in Brent. I'm hanging by a thread. So you'll only know that probably if you're in the UK. But so he's sitting on my worktop bench, and they're all standing around. Every time my computer screen goes off, I can see them all standing behind me. They're on my face like this. They're in my aura and they're on my face. So it's kind of, gets a bit up close and personal. Like this morning, I'm standing in the shower and I'm standing at the bottom. I'm thinking, sometimes shower is another experience, because I'll start shouting, get out. I know one stands behind me in the shower. I'd love to know exactly what they're trying to protect me from. They give me indications of things, but it's so tight protection, I don't know. I've talked about this VIP thing they think I am on my other channel. I hate talking about it, and because I don't see myself as anybody important. I see myself as a little amoeba. That's how I felt in my life. It's a long story, but they see me as somebody important, which is kind of nice. But what's really good is that they'll go out and help other people, and especially if I say, can't you do anything about that? We'll send so many off here and we'll send so many off there. Really odd. It's great. And I've noticed people who come to me for coaching now, they're getting the protection as well. It's fantastic to see that, because if you come to me, then you've been guided to come to me, which is really fantastic. I love that. So thank you for all my coaching clients. You're absolutely brilliant, and thank you for going through it with me. I do psychic development coaching and angel coaching if you want to learn to heal with your angels and connect with them more, set up your own business. And psychic development, we do everything, and teach you about healing and your own healing, how you can activate your own unique spiritual gifts. So links are in the description though, and it's fascinating to see. On the scary side, this morning, I was going to finish off about the dimension. This is my rambling channel, so this is what you're here for. Ramblings about my spooky life. So I had a dream the other night. When I say it's a dream, basically part of me is awake, my eyes were closed, but I could see in the room, and I try not to look down at Narnia too much. That's what I call it. I haven't seen Mr. Tumnus yet. I keep calling out. I'm walking a bit. I'm going, Mr. Tumnus, are you there? But I haven't seen Mr. Tumnus yet. I'd probably get the shock of my life if I saw. I've seen some very strange beings. I've seen a fairy imp who's working with me now, who's got a very pointy face like that. He goes round. That was a bit of a shocker at first, I have to say. But the worst today, I haven't finished, sorry, the dimension. So it looked like they were just bleeding in on me and they were all over. I can see it now. I can look at the back wall there and I can see all these figures standing there. Some of them look like they've got the ready brick glow around them at times. And I keep seeing a lot of people connected to each other in white robes by white light. And I think that's to do with the light workers and my connection to you and your connection to me, that kind of thing. We are all linked by white light. So, but I'm terrified I'm going to get sucked in, and at night it bleeds into my room and it's from all angles. And one of the other scariest things about the bathroom, apart from being watched by men in blacks down there, they don't seem to care. Thank God. Yes, and other people have said that when you go to the bathroom in any shape or form, whatever you're doing, they are there and they're not going to leave. So it's pointless. I've told them to get out before, and they go out for 2 seconds. When they think I'm not looking, they sneak back in. Out, in, out. And it goes on like that all damn day. So it's very frustrating. They won't leave their post. These people are sentries. They are soldiers. They're warrior spirits. So they won't leave. I know that they've been soldiers every incarnation, down to the point that even if they were mercenaries or mafia, they have been soldiers in some shape or form, type of, in protection, because they're angelics, and that's what angelics do. Okay. There are so many of them. I don't want to go into it too much. I get a bit scared. I don't know why they're all around me. But thousands would be an underestimation. I can see them. I can see them standing there. They're all waiting for something as well. And it's kind of weird when you see, the other thing I say is my own family around me. And I've been seeing my brother and my mother around me, which is kind of weird because we weren't speaking before they died, but they're here. And my brother will come through with some daft things. He puts a lot of Wayne's World. We're not worthy that kind of daftness. Because that's how I connected with my brother when we did connect, with humour in particular. So, but my mum comes with a lot of humour as well, which is kind of, and she helps me out when I go looking for clothes. Now, my main guy likes to do that as well, and I'll tell you, it's not easy going shopping, because all you hear in your ear, not that, what on earth? This would look good, and this, you should be getting this. Now, I made a decision. I had 2 blouses in my hand the other day, and it was, I think I might have mentioned it, so forgive me please, but 2 tops, and I looked at one, I thought, you think that one? I don't know. But then I had this lovely red one, which you may have seen me wearing on some of the videos. It's new. I thought, I want that. No, if I go with this here, and I was umming and ahhing, and I thought I was getting direction from someone. I was getting a lot of voices. And then I have a few, I can see the men in black follow me everywhere. They do a diamond formation around me. That's the only way to describe it. And some of them are a lot closer. I have seraphim angels, one who looks like a saint. I keep getting Saint Germain at the moment around me. I've seen Archangel Michael come in. They're all linked to him. All of this stuff, and they're all around me, but they do like a diamond formation because there are spirits on the street. I was sitting in Coluccio's the other day in the town, and it's like on this little courtyard bit that leads up into a mall, but it's outside of that. And I can see people going up and down. There was a young lad in a grey suit, and as if he'd been going to an interview. He just suddenly appeared and then went out. If you had a grey suit on, I have to make that distinction. I have had people, when I was living at, it used to be St. Francis Hospice in Berkhamsted, and I was living there at, it was flats that were built on top. There was a lot of spooky cones, a lot of orbs and stuff. The noises and the things I had to put up with at night it was horrendous. It was I had to go and chase some spirits out of my friend's daughter's room. You could see the orbs going round, and I had to, I sent the mibs in there as well. You could see them guarding round there, and they were always trying to block people coming. But of course, they used to show me that they were all coming up the street, and there were spirits who used to sit across the road and look into my window and like wait to try and get in. They were always testing their security to see if they could get in. I mean, no, you know what they say, nobody's 100% protected. So I get a lot of strange things happening. And but this one guy got in, and he made a grave mistake of pretending to he'd been a gardener. I've seen 2 spirits around there who were gardeners. I've seen one just walk across the road and go up as if he was going to garden. Yeah. And I've seen another, so there's somebody over there moving, and there's somebody made the mistake of trying to slip into the security by wearing a black suit, and he followed me down the road, down into the town, and they just got a hold of him. Off you go, like literally, you could see them do that, and away he went. Really, really odd. Okay, and yes, a lot of people like that, and I get a lot of. I will suddenly see, I can be lying in my room, I've said this before, eyes closed, listening to music, whatever, and I can see exactly what's going on out here. Other mediums will tell you that they get this, and I can see them come down the stairs, in, and think they're going to get to the, stopped. Yeah, and sometimes they make it through and they'll do that in my face. I've woken up many a morning going, because somebody... So some of them like to do it. But when I was in St. Francis as well, because there was a lot of World War One stuff, they actually had trenches in Ashridge there. And I used to walk in Ashridge. God, spooky stuff. Some of my first full-on apparitions were in Ashridge. I saw a gamekeeper, and he tipped his hat to me and walked past. Nobody else saw that spirit. My ex-husband and my son were walking with the dog, and they didn't say anything, but I did. I've seen hooded figures in there and everything. Scary. But so they used to practice in the trenches there. They had training there to go out to you know, on the battlefield in World War One, and there was something about field hospitals being in Berkhamsted as well. It's a lot of history. I mean, Marks and Spencer's was built on top of a graveyard for the plague. Honestly, I used to be off in Hemel Hempstead, and then I used to come, this is all Hertfordshire, I'm not in Hertfordshire anymore, and I used to come from Hemel, where I used to live, right on the borders of it, and up the road to Berkhamsted, and it was almost like this cloud. You could feel the energy. Spookyville. I mean, they had a house, not a house, a building from the 12th century there. It was so old. I mean, it's old here. It's very, it's not a Regency and Victorian and stuff here, but this was on another scale. I mean, the sign, what was it? William the Conqueror took over in the castle in Berkhamsted. It's that old, 1066 that was. So it's very old, and I've forgotten what I said, but it's very spooky. You could feel the energy, and there was a lot of, you know, a lot of strange things. I used to see things in M&S. I was once going around M&S, but the Dwarf and the Men in Black, because I'll often do this down there. Oh, who's behind me? And I'll see them, or I'll see the one that rides past me on a bike. The things they used to do, as a guy in a wheelchair goes round, honestly, there's so much weirdness. But I remember I used to, there were spirits waiting for me on the corners trying to grab my attention. I was like, it's not town, you're not coming in. And that was hell. I see them sitting, my love, they'll sit in the, if I go in a restaurant, they'll sit in all the chairs and whatever, and they'll just sit there and they'll wait for me. If anybody comes to sit on that table, they just get up and move, so they're not in their energy. But they'll find another strategic place. They're all in strategic positions, and they're all standing, close protection. But this morning, I saw somebody when I hadn't got up fully, and all I could see was a street in the town by that little courtyard I was telling you about. And this woman, she had like dry cleaning in bags, and she was holding them behind her like that. And she walked through the buildings, across the road, up the courtyard, through into the mall bit, and then she came out the other side in another street, and by Waterstones, and then disappeared. And I thought, oh, what's that all about? This is how random it can be. So I don't know. But the scariest thing is, I swear to God, this person, I love Richard O'Brien, right? Rocky Horror Picture Show. So funny. I didn't see it when it originally came out because I was a 5-year-old. Thank you very much. But I love it. Yeah, Tim Curry is one of my favourite people. He's so good. But I love Richard O'Brien. I love the whole cast. They're absolutely brilliant, yeah. And yeah, I keep getting Frankenfurter. Come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. That's you, isn't it? It's my brother. They stand there now. My brother's round here, and then my mother's leaning over the table there. Watching when I do a video. But yeah, we used to like that. But I swear to God, somebody, it wasn't you pretending, was it? No, what I'm trying to say is this spirit looked like Riff Raff, right? I'm not kidding you. Which kind of scared me a bit. Straggly hair, really like bent over, like that. Oh, and they tried to move into me to do a channeling. Oh, no, thank you, that's not happening. So they went out, they tried to come back, and I'm like, no, not having it. I don't know who they are or what they want. I even said, Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know, but they were pretty scary, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm going to call him Riff Raff from now on. So, honestly, I don't know, but when I look in the mirror, I have my main guide, who also believes he's my twin flame, but, you know, we'll talk about that later. And then I have this other guy who was always standing in front of me. I have my doctor spirit, who was always around. And this guy, he's got glasses on. You've seen him. Some of you have seen him. He will come over. He's always there. And when I've been doing shadow work quite clearly, and I've had some dog stuff, and I'm like, who are you? Since you lot came, my life's been beep, beep, beep. Yeah, I'll be polite. And but he stands over the glasses and he goes, just get this. And he's trying to say to me, yes, I do hear spirit physically. I can hear them, but not all the time. And I got told by another friend medium that she reckoned that was something I was holding back, because that just might be the final thing I had to learn. And I'm a bit afraid of it, basically. What if I hear a million voices and I can't stop them? Yeah, I see so many images. I go out, there are people on the street. I made somebody laugh the other day because I called them flashes. And then they think, oh, do they flash? No, what I mean is, it's my fault. I should make things clear. What I mean is, they are spirits who will appear as a full-on apparition to me on the street for seconds. Yeah. And like, oh. It's very strange. And if I want to know about the weather, actually, I judge by the men in black, because they'll often just wear their suits. But when it gets cold, and that's to to make me realise I need to wrap up, which hence all of this, because it's got colder here. But I look like 10 chins when I wear this, but they will tell me by what they're wearing, because they'll start putting on the heavy coats, long black heavy coats. Some of them have striped trousers. Their shoes are really, they'll often show me their shoes and what they're wearing. It's quite odd, very old school. It's smart though. Yes, very smart, because they know I'll have to be smart. So yes, one of them had their coat on this morning, and it was, my doctor's very protective at the minute. The other night it got so, everything was just too much, and I was on my own, and anxiety was everything, and he just said, forget the rest, just look at me and do everything I tell you. So, and he was perfect, and he stayed with me. He's very and he's from World War One, so there's a theme here about World War One. I think, I don't think that's relevant to anybody. Sometimes it can be a message what I talk about. So yeah, but yeah, so that was kind of weird, and I'm trying to think of what else has been happening. Quite quiet at the minute. All right, okay, I don't know what that's all about, but there's somebody standing there with a little toy drum, and they're banging it. I don't know what that's all about. They've had me doing my writing again, which I was, if I haven't talked about it already, you're lucky, because I'm always moaning about the fact that things happened with my writing, and I haven't written for a year. I've tried to a couple of times and it just didn't happen. I actually ripped it up. The trauma involved, because when you write anything and you put it out there and people steal it and get benefit out of it, and it's horrible. I've had some horrible experiences, and I think I was talking to somebody who put a comment on my other channel who had a similar experience. There are tech companies, there are publishers, AI, everything trying to steal your work now. So it's a bit of a minefield. But so my work is sat there on my computer. There's been a few books on Amazon, which the sea of Amazon. You put your book on there and it just goes boom, to the bottom of the sea, unless you're very lucky and the algorithm picks you up. Well, it used to pick me up and run with me like mad, and then it just decided to drop me in a load of the authors one day. So I don't know what goes on, but I've been wanting to do something other than Amazon for ages. So I'm now on Inkit, and it's basically, I'm testing pilot scheme, putting everything that I've put on there. Well, apart from a few, I do have a subscription on there, but I've got a ton of free books on there, and I do romance. I write as Arabella Kingsley, and the Mabes find that really, really important for me to do. Because I was told by another medium when I first started coming online, as I call it, and I got help from this lady, and she told me that what I was writing had a message through it. It was like a thin thread that people would pick up. In particular, I've noticed younger people at the moment, because I'm reaching more older people with YouTube, which is interesting, but it's this message. What I've noticed on Inkit is they're going to every age group, which is, it's amazing. Well, apart from the children, because I wouldn't want children either, because they romance. And they get involved, they dress up as the characters. Riff Raff Spirit might be a character. I don't like it though. I'm the person who still can't stand the Wicked Witch of the West, was it? I think in the Wizard of Oz con. And there was a picture on a quiz we were doing the other day on YouTube, the child catcher from Chitty Chitty. That's not Bernard Bresslaw. Somebody's not Bernard Bresslaw. I'm not sure that's Bernard Bresslaw. No, that's the nice guy out of called? Oh, the Carry On movies. I don't know. It's, somebody, you did, if they scare me or they make me angry as on the TV, then they're doing a fantastic acting job. They're doing it well. And there's a little purple light just being behind the camera there. So, yes, I don't know what I'm supposed to write about with that, but they start giving me images, things they are involved in the writing, even the naughty 50 Shades of Grey type stuff. Yeah, you've got no idea. In fact, one book, which is called Daddy's Rules, on there, and yes, I was the first person on Amazon to put that on. Yeah, it was me. It was me. I don't make claims about anything, just this one thing. But now it's all over the place. It's just what happens. Some people take things like that very seriously, though, and try and do court cases. Oh, that's so stupid. But anyway, so I put that book, and that was written. There are chunks of channeled information in there that came directly from my main guide, Nathan. Okay, so that book is written by me and by him. And I channeled paragraphs from him. And that was his side of the story, and then my side. And there's a lot of my personal life in there. Unfortunately, no billionaire, but you have to elaborate on the story. And I have no idea why I'm telling you this, because I wasn't expecting to. But it is actually on for free on Inca at the moment, and it has gone down a storm. So I'm really hoping something happens with it. That Galatea might see it and take it on, but you never know with these things. You've got to take a chance. So, but check it out, and I have a ton of other books on there as well. And I may be putting the one I wrote about my experiences with this lot on there as well at some point. So they are pushing me towards the writing. They are upping the ante on the YouTube, but they're also pushing me towards the writing as well. So that's caused an awful lot of stir in my life. It's taken a lot to actually trust to put my work on there for free again, because I gave a lot of stuff away for free, and some people took advantage of that, which that's life, people do. So, and I didn't make a whole hell of a lot out of it, but it was important. And there are messages. Just because they're wrapped up in a naughty romance doesn't mean the message isn't there. So that's what people want. I have written a multi-genre author, and all people want is the romance. That's all they want. Which, don't blame them, So that's what I've done at the moment. I'll put the link in the description. So it'd be great if you could support me on there just by having a look at it. You don't have to read all the chapters. That would be brilliant. Thank you. So yes, that's caused a lot of a stir and a lot of arguments. Why you don't care about me. You just want that I have life goals here, and I want to be paid for my work. But they see the bigger picture of what it could lead to, because if it was taken up by somebody like Galatea, then I would be able to get those life things. And then I have these plans about, I'm a coach, I want to be able to coach all sorts of different people who need help. And I have plans not just for myself, but how I could help and be of worth to my community and things like that. Little pipe dreams. I want to be, I've always just wanted to help, but sometimes that's very difficult to do. So I've had people help me. I've had a lot of bad experiences, and you learn wisdom from that. That's what life's all about, and you want to pass it on and do what you can so other people can be up there and doing their thing. So but it's caused a lot of, I don't know where I'm going. So that purple light's there again. So yes, it's been I've had a few arguments. And when I argue, I'm my mother's daughter. So, yes. Now, is there anything else I have to say? I have to tell you. I would just like to know what the heck those dimensions are. The veil is down. I have talked about that on Sarah and the Shadow Men. And I know more is coming this week. I've been seeing 55 fives. I've had, on the last video, I'll put it at the end here, I've been talking about a plane crash that's a fated event that's going to be happening in the Southern Hemisphere. All sorts of stuff. I put somebody's nose out a joint because I talked about politics slightly. I don't normally like to do that. And I don't like any of them. I just don't trust politicians anymore. I don't care where they are in the world. But this person obviously took offence and basically said, "You've lost me as a subscriber." Well, good, because I don't want people like that. So, yeah, check that video out. Okay. Have I missed anything, guys? Oh, that's kind of weird. My guide went sort of half through me and then out and moved over there. I don't know. Doesn't like the guy banging the drum. Just moved him out there. He always has things to say to the... he once referred to them as the worker bees that were standing around. Bless them. And he'll... I once remember... I remember once, I said that wrong. I was staying at my parents' house. Could really see them. They were really standing there in the wall in long coats at the time. And my main guide was in a long black coat as well. So I'm lying in bed and I have to have my door open. I've talked about my experiences, you know, where I used to see things when I was a child there, and the UFO thing I had, and experience. And so I have to have the door open. And I could see them all standing on the... It's hilarious, wherever I go. I could go down a sewer and they'd be standing there. Bless them. And I was lying in bed and I could see them. And some of them, they don't get that it's nighttime and I need to sleep because they're still giving a message. And they usually start the messages. They will come in with things. That drum means something. That drum is important, but it mightn't be important to me until 6 months down the line. And I'll suddenly go, oh, that's what you want me to do. They are way ahead in time. Yeah. Or it's, no, that's right. Everything's happening now to them. Right. Whereas I'm, what is that? Not even the seed has come in for that thing, but they start early. It's almost like, you know, when people put things in the shop for Christmas and they start early, so it's on your mind. I must get that. I must get, yeah, that kind of thing. And so they start coming up to me. I'm lying in bed and I can't even remember what they were doing. And he goes off and he starts talking to various people, and he saw them out, come rushing by, rush out. Supposed to sleep. They'll say to me, some of them I have to do, so I can't, I don't know. I'm linked in to loads of them, to all of them, but some of them will actually do hand actions. And I swear, I know some of them don't speak English, and I don't think they speak I've seen Japanese guides, I've seen a Japanese goddess, I see a lot of Thor and Odin. I've seen Kali. I've seen these Isis. These people come in. They come and channel through me. They are real on energies. Yeah, and it's phenomenal. That Lord Shiva was one of the. I've had ancient Egyptian pharaohs, the works. Winston Churchill. It's all on Sarah and the Shadow Man. But so I have all these things going on, but it's time, you know, to sleep, to do. And it happened again as well when when we were in we were staying in the Lake District for Christmas, and it happened again. It was, what are you doing? You can always say, what are you doing? Ouch, it's the wrong time. But the other thing that's a bit freaky is, and this is what I'm going to finish on, is that they will lie next to me in bed. Because I've turned over on some bloke lying. And it's not in a fishy, weird way. This is serious protection. Yeah. And I will go in their room and I can see them sitting there on the bed like that. And I'll go, are you comfortable on my bed? Then they'll get up, and then as I go out, they'll go. They have strategic, it's almost like whatever I use or whatever I sit on or whatever, if I leave it, somebody sits on it. And then they will move when I go. It's the oddest thing. And then, yeah, and it's all very strange because they don't see the furniture because this is a hologram. That's what I'm going to finish off with. The weirdest thing is when ladies out there will know, or some gentlemen as well, I've done how good you are with, how disciplined you are with facial care, skin care, but I put like an oil on or the Elmer's stuff I'll put on and to wash my face in the morning, and then I have a cloth. Liz Earle stuff does that as well, and I just put the face cloth over my face. It's for these creams, and I'll open my eyes, and it's really weird because it's like a dark one. Anything dark when you're scrying, basically, and you can see more. It's like you can see in here. There's a block here. I don't know what's been going on out there. I do have a little bay tree on the steps, so I don't know if that, but there's something on the TV. Oh yeah, I can see you. And so I'll do that. And I have tried not to freak out several times because, well, I can see them over my face. Like they're coming, they're in how close they are. Some of them are small and they move around me. I've had one of the Amazonian warrior women who's been around me, and Abugonge, something like that. Her name is wonderful. I love it when they come in, and it's really weird. But then, and it's like, try to imagine a field of men in black with their coats on in misty. They're all standing in lines like that. And they're suddenly right behind you, in front of you, around you, right? And all you can see is this mirror and this sink. And well, or that's the realization I want to come to properly, as if I'm just standing in this field and there's this image of this sink and everything, and they're just around me, and actually I'm in the field, I'm not in the sink. It's a holographic projection, and I'm going to leave you on that note. Let me know what you think about that, as life as a holographic projection, not even matrix, holographic projection. And some of you, they're asking me, Red Dwarf, you know, where he wakes up with the video game, that kind of thing. Or we all standing in a field somewhere acting out, you know, that. Yes, that Red Dwarf episode. Yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, holographic projection, or well, you know, look it up. I'll put a link to it. The Despair Squid. It's hilarious. There you go. It's up. Yeah, the Despair Squid, where they're sitting on the chairs and they think they're in a car trying to get away from this like dark government thing that the world's completely changed to them, and they think they're trying to get away, and they're actually sitting on little seats in the spacecraft where they really belong, and they're driving a car, but they're like, it's pretend. And they're even doing this when they go for the phones. So it's that kind of thing, and the computer, Holly the computer is trying to wake them up. It's very funny, but I keep wondering, is that what this is? And there are people standing watching going, it's kind of scary. I've had those things more than usual. It's been quite freaky. I've had a couple of I've been thinking about death a lot, obviously, because of, going through grief and bereavement, and this is not real. That's all I'm going to say. This is not real. This is something we are doing. I don't get it. I don't fully get it. But that's how it feels, and that's what I'm seeing. And that is a little bit frightening, because I can be very skeptical and, checking myself out all the time. So don't think I just accept it. I've watched it a few times, and I try not to think about it. So, but it is a possibility. A lot of people believe we live in the Matrix. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. But yeah, just a warning to you all, the storms coming in this week for everyone. That's channeled message and where that's come from, personal and in the world. So take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe. Okay, take care.